Hey, what's going on everyone? Gillis TV back here with another NHL video. We're going to look at the possibility of two teams becoming trade partners with a couple RFAs involved in the trade. Of course, one requested a trade last season and still has been requesting a trade from his team. And another guy that's been kind of on the trade block for a bit. A lot of teams rumored to be asking about him. No trade ever came apparent. I know the Edmonton Oilers were for sure asking around about this player. But before we get into this, if you're new to the channel, like anything NHL related, from news, trades, rumors, whatever there is, make sure you hit that subscribe button, as we are 93 subs away from our goal of 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys for all the support as of late. Now let's get into this. I saw this on, I believe it was Facebook or Twitter last night, suggesting that the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Detroit Red Wings could be partners in a trade for two RFAs. We all know the one that's been requesting a trade from Toronto, Nick Robertson, doesn't want to sign there, doesn't want to play there, he wants to be moved. And the other one is a guy that, you know, his name's been around for the last year or two, and that's Jonathan Berggren. I probably pronounced that wrong. It is Swedish, sorry if I did. And these two guys are kind of looking for teams that they could be a player on all year long, not going back down to the AHL, which led me to read this article, because these two guys could be swapped for one another. And I'm not suggesting it's a one-for-one. These two guys are the main part of this deal, plus if both teams want to add on or subtract off of the other team's offer. But in this scenario, we're just going to go, these are the two main pieces of that trade. And you look at Nick Robertson, 37 points in 56 games last year. The year before, he had 5 in 15, and the year before that, he had 1 in 10. With the Marlies, he's had 28 points in 28 games in 2021-2022. 2 points in 2 games with the Marlies in 2022-2023. And, of course, 11 points in 9 games with the Marlies last season. Of course, playing majority of his season with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, like I said, there's no denying that Nick Robertson's trade request is out there. And that is a possibility why he hasn't signed a contract with the Toronto Maple Leafs yet. He could be waiting for an offer sheet, but Toronto can match an offer sheet. So this is a scenario where a player just wants out. Toronto can get a player like Nick Robertson back in return. I'm just going to go check Nick Robertson's age here, and he's 22. So Berggren is 24, so they would need to throw in something there to make it relatively more fair due to the age gap. But when it comes to Berggren here, he had 56 points in 53 games with the Grand Rapids Griffins last season. He also did appear in 12 NHL games where he posted 6 points in 12 games. He did play on the international surface as well with Sweden, having 11 points in 12 games, and the WC for Sweden having 7 points in 8 games in the 2022-2023 season. In the 2022-23 season, he played 67 games with the Detroit Red Wings, had 28 points in 67 games, and with Grand Rapids that year had 7 points in 7 games. So in all told, between 79 games, Berggren does have 34 points, and we'll go check Robertson again. Like I said, Berggren is 24 years old. He does have some NHL experience. And for Robertson, he's had, 71 games, and he's had 32 points. So they're pretty similar when it comes to the NHL. Actually, there's 10 more games for Robertson. So that's 81 for 33 points in 81 games. So, this trade could be a one-for-one. I just think the Leafs value Robertson a little bit more. But this is a trade I could see happening. Like I said, they're going to be adding more pieces to this. It could be a 4th, 3rd, 2nd round pick or whatever for Nick Robertson. But I do believe both players want a fresh start. This would benefit both teams, but make sure you hit that subscribe button, because that's it for me today. Let me know in the comments what you think about this possibly trade. I know I kind of rambled on about the same stuff, but it's just something I can see it realistically happening if both teams can't sign these RFAs. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Gillis TV. Have a good one.